All right, let's dive into the reality of buying a brand new home. Today, we're going to use Hidden Valley Farm in Severance, Colorado as our real-world example. We're going to uncover all those critical details that you're just not going to find in the glossy brochures. So, let's get into it. Because let's be real, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's so easy to walk into a model home and just fall in love, but signing that contract without knowing what you're really agreeing to, that's where people get into trouble. We're going to give you the checklist to make sure that doesn't happen to you. So, let's start with the dream, right? This is what you see on the builder's website. This is the vision they are selling you. Hidden Valley Farm, it sounds perfect. It's pitched as this family-friendly community with parks, trails, a great location right between Windsor and Fort Collins. It's got that close to everything but far enough away vibe. It's the kind of thing that makes you want to hop in the car and check out that model home immediately. Okay, but this is where we start to peel back the layers. Let's shift from the pretty brochure to the reality of your specific property. This is where the details really start to matter. And this is a big one, the model home effect. You walk through this stunning, professionally staged house with every possible upgrade, but what you actually get is the standard package. That's why you have to get a written list of everything that's included. I mean, from the air conditioning down to the microwave. Do not assume anything is standard. Okay, here's a classic question, and it's the perfect example of a little detail that can turn into a huge headache. You see a nice fence in the pictures, so your house will have a fence, right? Well, not so fast. The rules, the costs, even the style of fence you're allowed to have, it's all buried deep in the official community documents. It's going to be different based on the builder, the HOA, or the Metro District rules for your exact lot. You've got to get the answer in writing. And speaking of those rules, let's talk about the Homeowners Association, the HOA. This is the next layer of paperwork you absolutely have to understand before you even think about committing. It's always the first question, and for good reason. It's a bill you'll be paying every single month. So you look it up online, you try to find a number somewhere. But here's the catch. For a lot of new communities, real estate websites will just say unknown. Or even worse, they'll say there are no fees. This is a huge red flag. The only place to get the real number is from the builder. So how do you get the truth? Simple. First, you ask the builder directly for all the official governing documents. Second, you have to find out if a Metro District is involved, because sometimes they're the ones making the rules, not an HOA. And third, and this is the most important part, you have to actually read the documents. That's where you'll find the real rules on everything from parking your RV to whether you're even allowed to rent your home out. Okay, now let's get into the topic that often has the single biggest impact on your budget, and it's the one that most people misunderstand, the Metro District. So what on earth is a Metro District? Well, to put it simply, it's basically a financing tool. Developers use it to build all the public stuff a new neighborhood needs. The roads, the sewer lines, the parks, and the homeowners in that district are the ones who pay for it over time. And that's the bottom line question from every home buyer, right? It's not some separate bill that shows up in your mailbox. It's woven into your finances in a way that's really easy to miss if you're not looking for it. And here's how it works. The money for the Metro District is collected through your property taxes. That means your overall tax rate is going to be higher than for a similar house that's not in a district. And because of that, your mortgage lender has to collect more money in escrow each month, which makes your total monthly payment, you guessed it, higher. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. We found a 2018 transparency notice for Hidden Valley Farm's District Number 4. It showed a district tax of 60 mils. Now, your first reaction might be to just, plug that into an online calculator and see what it spits out. But whoa, you have to stop right there. That number is from 2018, so it's old. And more importantly, it's just one piece of your total tax bill. Your property tax is made up of a stack of different levies for the county, the schools, the fire department, and then the Metro District. Using an old, incomplete number is a recipe for a major budget shock down the road. So, with all of this in mind, how do you protect yourself? We've boiled it all down to one final, powerful checklist. These are the 5 questions you absolutely have to get answers to before you sign anything. First, confirm the exact name of the Metro District and get the most recent information they have. Second, get those official HOA documents and check the fees and rules. Third, give the exact property address to your mortgage lender and ask them for a payment estimate using the current year's total tax info, not some online guesstimate. Fourth, get that list of included home features in writing. And finally, ask if there are any other weird special fees tied to your specific lot. This checklist is your best defense. And really, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? It is so easy to fall in love with the beautiful kitchen, the great floor plan, but your long-term financial health and just your happiness in that home, that's going to be determined by the details hidden away in the paperwork. So before you sign, make sure you've actually read it.